How's it going, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Pharaoh coming back at you again with another video. And today's video is my 12-day review of the LMT Losi 1/18 scale. And, to be honest with you guys, I got to tell you, I love this thing. It is an absolute blast. I was originally going to buy an FMS Smasher and do a Fury Tech Frankenstein build out of it. But then when Losi threw this out there, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and get one of them. It's a little bit bigger, so what? Not that big of a deal. And I don't regret it, not one bit. This thing has been an absolute blast. Like 12 days, been beating the crap out of it every single day. Every time I run it, I'm running probably 3 battery packs through it at a time in a single use. And hard. I mean, I'm beating on this thing. Well, that's not to say that people out there aren't having issues with it. I've noticed a lot of people are coming down on landings and they're either bending or breaking their links, which I get. Mine has a small bend in it from coming down on a landing like this. Not that big of a deal. I don't know if anybody has any spares out yet. I'm really hoping, because, that kind of sucks. People are sitting here waiting on parts for these things. Speaking of parts, the aftermarket parts are hitting market really hard right now. Terreal's got a bunch of parts. Hot Racing has some parts. And GPM has a bunch of parts. So highly recommend going to check them out. I watched a YouTube video of a guy that did a whole Terreal setup on his, and it looked really nice. The green color was a little bit off, but it still looked pretty good. Speaking of the aftermarket parts, I'm going to give a quick little shout out to a couple guys here, and I apologize if you guys didn't want your name thrown out there, but just get a hold of me and I'll take the video down if that's the case. Anyway, this guy is a Etsy seller. His Etsy name is Tinkertime RC, and he is going to be selling this front wheelie bar that'll help us not break our body and help with the wheelies and moonwalks in general. Now, if you can see in the picture here, I don't know how well that's going to transition onto the camera. He's got a little bit of cracking and stuff going on from doing the moonwalks. So do I. I've gotten to the point where it's actually bent. It was bending this up. If you can see on both sides there. Now the inside, there's no paint there no more. And I got this little crack right there from dragging across carpet. Hopefully this little part right here will alleviate that problem for us. He doesn't have them out yet, but hopefully within the next few weeks to month, he's got them out there for us. This is the other guy. His website is Bauhaus RC, and he's come up with the ingenious idea of this LCG kit. I know there's a couple other people that did as well, but I kind of like his setup just a little bit better. I don't know if it's just because he did it in the neon green like the truck's already in or what, but if you guys take a look here, he says that it's 10 millimeters shorter than what the original setup is, and I believe it, because if you take a look here, take a good look at that and how low it is to the motor. All right, now take a look at that. Look how much lower that is, guys. So I would highly recommend buying this part from this guy and lowering your center of gravity on this truck. You're going to get a lot better handling out of it. You'll have more enjoyment. I mean, truck handles better, you're going to have more fun. And especially if you want to go brushless. If you want to go brushless, I definitely recommend LCG in your truck. As far as broken parts on it, I have a servo that's going out. It's doing that jitter thing. So I would highly recommend anybody that going to get one of these, have an extra servo on hand or have one ordered and ready, because it is going to go out. These Spectrum servos just seem to be hit and miss. Oh, what else? Aside from people complaining that they're fragile, which they're really not. I mean, it just depends on what you're doing with the truck. If you're trying to treat it like it's a 1/10 scale, yeah, it's going to break on you guys, and it's going to break a lot. If you treat it like it's a 1/18, you'll be just fine. Just don't overdo it. And if you want to overdo it, just know that you're going to have to put parts into it. Which, that's all part of the hobby in the first place, ain't it? I mean, you bash it, you break it, you fix it, you repeat, right? I know a lot of people are out there saying that these aren't bashers either. they are absolutely bashers. You can beat the living crap out of these things and they keep going. I got video proof of that. Now, granted, I haven't taken mine outside but one time and haven't jumped it or done anything serious. But I live in Michigan. It's nasty and cold out here, guys. What can you do? I am going to have some running footage when it's nicer out. Do some jumps and maybe take this out to my track, although my track's meant for 1/10 scale, so I don't know how well that's going to work. Maybe I'll even go out there when it's nice out and I'll start working on a track for these things. Who knows? But I absolutely love this thing, guys. It is a blast. I'm going to throw some run footage here at the end for you. And I hope some of my advice will help you guys out. Like I said, do a couple upgrades. I would highly recommend upgrading the shocks right away. As far as your sway bar goes, there's a couple guys that come up with the idea. You can either take a paper clip and cut it to size, or you can take an Allen wrench that's small enough and cut it to size, which I think the Allen wrench idea would be a little bit better because it would be a little bit more solid than a paper clip or what's already on here. Definitely upgrade your shocks right away too, if you can help it. They're not terrible shocks, but they keep breaking on people, and there's just better shocks out there, guys. To be honest with you, for right now, that's it. Like I said, I haven't really had too many issues out of it. Been beating the crap out of it, having a blast. Like I said, some people are having issues, some people aren't. It's hit and miss with the quality control still, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I mean, there really ain't much else I can say about it right now. Till I start putting some aftermarket parts on it myself and let you guys know how that goes. I might even take and buy another truck to do that. That way I can keep one stock except for, shocks and stuff like that, and maybe do one that's all aftermarket parts. Then we can do a real test, but that's going to take money and time. But anyway, guys, I hope this video helps some of you guys out and you enjoy it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helped me out trying to get this channel to grow. Hey guys, real quick update on these LMT Mini 1/18 chargers that you'll get from Spectrum. Now, on the back of it, it says, if it'll focus, 5 volt, 3 amp max. Do not, under any circumstances, go with that. That is false advertising right there. I've seen several people so far that have actually had these burn up on them, and that's not good. I would highly recommend, and this is my own personal, do what you want, but I'm using a 5.3 volt, 2 amp output Samsung charger. I would not go over that to try to charge these batteries. I mean, you don't need to. If you're trying to get a quick charge out of these things, I recommend just buying a good battery charger. But if you're going to try to use this, I would highly recommend not going over 5.3 volt, 2 amp output. Just a heads up, quick reminder so nobody, accidentally burns their house down. Thanks, guys. Hey, I also wanted to let everybody know, I don't know if I mentioned it before now, but I have my truck in the forward brake reverse mode instead of the what they're calling stunt mode, where it goes forward straight to reverse. I've honestly found that you don't really need it. I'm doing everything everybody else is doing, and it's forward, brake, then reverse. Hey guys, I just wanted to throw this in here for you real quick. Somebody was asking how you would discharge this to put it in storage mode. These little LMT batteries that come with the truck. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything but let it set. According to the website, these have a 72-hour wait, and then after 72 hours, they will discharge themselves into storage mode themselves. Now, how good they work and all that, I don't know. I was just talking to a guy about these, and he honestly said that they're garbage. But that remains to be seen. We'll find that out down the line. I just want to throw that in there and let you guys know.